Okay, so here's factor by grouping. Um, I want to just do one column just to remind you how to do it, and then you can do the other column and check with the answer key that I posted online already. So what you do with factor by grouping is you have 4 terms. So if we group these terms like that, we could take out a common factor on each side. So on this side, we have a common factor of x squared, and when we divide, we have x plus 4. On the right side, we have a common factor of 2, and when we factor out that, we have a factor of x plus 4. Okay, so now we have a common factor of x plus 4 and x plus 4. We could take this out, and we'll add what's left over together. So this is x plus 4, and this would be x squared plus 2. Okay, I'm going to go down this column right here. Again, we could put these two together and these two together. When you see 4, this is really what you should be thinking. This one has a common factor of x squared. So we have 2x plus 1. Plus, we have a common factor of 6 on this side. And this would be 2x plus 1. Again, these two are common. So they make up one factor, 2x plus 1. And then what's left over we add together, x squared plus 6. All right. This one here, we have on this side, now we have a minus sign, so we have to watch. We have a common factor of x squared. This is x plus 4. Now we have this minus sign. So really what we're doing is the common factor of 16 and 64. Remember, you can find those on your calculator also. You could even do a GCF on that, which is, let me just show you what that is real quick, right? Because if you don't know what the greatest common factor is, you can do a GCF, right? So you go math, you go down, I think it's 9, right? Nope, it's not 9, clear. Math, let's go math, whoops. Math, we'll go over to number. It's number and then 9, right? It's GCD. We have 16, comma, negative 64. And I didn't make a comma here. I put in a period. Delete this. Comma is above the 7. Okay, we hit enter. And the greatest common factor is 16. All right, so we're going to put 16 here. Now when we divide negative 16 by negative 16, we get just x. And when we divide negative 64 by negative 16, we get plus 4. Okay, so again, we have these two that are the same, so that's one factor. And then we have x squared minus 16, which can be factored again. That's the difference of 2 squares. So this becomes x plus 4 and x minus 4. All right. This one again, you could do it with letters. You could do it standing on your head. You could do it with, green eggs and ham, as Dr. Seuss would say. You have a common factor of a and x squared. So when you divide this out, you're going to be left with just c and an x. And these two are exactly the same, ax squared and ax squared, so that's plus 1. Right? And then on the other side, there's just the common factor of 2. And we have cx plus 1. So this is one of the factors, cx plus 1. And the other one would be ax squared plus 2. Okay? Let's continue. Let's do some factoring completely. Okay? So the idea is the first time, we're always going to have a greatest common factor. So you should always look for that greatest common factor first. And if there isn't one, then we'll do something else, okay? So let's look. This one has a greatest common factor of 3. 3 goes in to 48. Like I said, if you can't find that factor, just go math, right? Go over the number, hit 9 is the greatest common factor, put in 3, comma, 48, comma, parentheses, not commas, and you hit enter, and it'll tell you this one's 3. The x's you have to know, there's no magical way. It's always the smallest exponent. So this has a greatest common factor of 3x. If we divide 3x to the 5th divided by 3x, we get x to the 4th. And 48 divided by 3 is 16, and the x cancels out. So now I have a difference of 2 squares again. This becomes x squared minus 4, x squared plus 4. Okay? So we can factor the x squared minus 4 again. That's the difference of 2 squares again. And x minus 2, x plus 2, and bring down the x squared plus 4. Okay, so when we get down here, we have the four different ones. The 4 terms, again, we're going to group them. Always group when you have 4. You may group it and then have to do something else again. So we have 18 and 21. Like I say, 18 and 21. I mean, if you had this, you do math, number 9, right? And we put in 18 and 21. Right? And if we hit enter, the greatest common factor is 3. So we're going to take out a 3 and an x squared, the smallest of the 2 exponents, which is 3 and 2. And you divide. 18 divided by 3 is 6. X cubed divided by x squared is x. 21 divided by 3 is 7. And the x squares will cancel out. On the right side, they're both even numbers. It's going to be 2. And we get 6x minus 7 again, right? So these two can cancel and become one factor, and then add the other two numbers that's left to make the other factor. All right, now this one was thrown in there just to show you that that's it. You have to know when to stop. All right, number 37. 37, all even numbers, right? That's a dead giveaway that you should probably use 2, especially when 2 is one of them. And then we have y to the 4th minus 40 divided by 2 is 20, y squared. And 128 divided by 2 is 64. Okay? So now we have 2, a trinomial. We're going to make that y squared and y squared. We have a negative and a positive. Okay, so we need 2 numbers that multiply, because we have it's not a rainbow, and add up to be negative 10, right? So again, I'm going to go back to my calculator, which I still have this in here. I'm going to put 64 here, right? And then I'm going to go to my table. And in the last column, I'm going to look for negative 20. Right? So the numbers are going down this way. Nope, they're going up. Go the other way. Where the negative number is, negative 20 is right there. So I have y, this will be minus 4. Minus 4. Oh, I made a mistake with my signs. This also should be a negative. Right, because a negative times a negative is positive. So negative 4 and x squared minus 16. Holy moly. Holy moly. We have 2 perfect squares. Difference of squares. Y minus 2, y plus 2. So if I put this one on the test, you guys can wait for me outside and beat me up, I guess. All right? No, just kidding. Well, you know, you could try. I'm so funny. All right. It's you go a little loopy when you're in the classroom by yourself. Let's look at the next one. All right, we have 36, 38, and negative 24. All right, I'm going to take out a 2. Let's just see if this works, right? 36 divided by 2. Oh, we could take out an x also, right? Because there's this x, an x, and an x. So we're going to take out 2x. 36x cubed divided by 2x is 18x squared, plus 38 divided by 2 is 19, which is good because that's a prime number. So we choose the right greatest. We did choose the greatest common factor, and minus 12. Okay, now we have to do a big rainbow, right? Multiply to be 18 times negative 12, which is 18 times negative 12 is negative 216, right? And add up to be 19. Now, you know, I'm borderline genius, but I don't know what that is, so I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to put in negative 216. And then I'm going to go over here to the table, and I'm going to scroll till I get to 19. So I hope I have to go up. Oop, there's 19. Right there. So my factors are negative 8. So we have x. We have x plus 27 and x minus 8. All right, and my divider, I have to divide by or pay back my rainbow with an 18. And again, if you can't simplify these, or you don't know if they simplify, just put the fraction in, right? First, you got to quit it. You got to get out of that seat. Then you go alpha y equals, and you go to 1, right? And I'm going to put in 27 here. And 18. Hopefully yours will have the right settings. It'll give you the decimal, but it'll give you the fraction. But mine's given a decimal. And if you don't know how to change that, you go to math, frac, and you get 3/2. So now I have x times x plus 3/2 and x minus. What about 18/10? That sounds intimidating. Alpha y equals 8 over 18. Whoop, 8 over 18. Hit enter. Oh, 0.44444. I know that. That's 4/9. Perhaps that's a show off. Math, fraction, right? It's 4/9, and this one's 4/9. Okay, so I have x, 2x plus 3. And 9x minus 4. Okay? All right, I'm going to stop this video here because it is now 13 minutes long. So, and we'll start the next page in the next video.